What is going on, everybody? As we all know, Ohio State won this year's 2025's college football national championship. So what I've done today is I've compiled every player who played at Ohio State or who graduated from Ohio State into a Madden roster out of everybody who's still in the league. I'm talking literally every single player who's at Ohio State. And we put them all on one team, rearranged it, and we're going to sim a season. So we are the 49ers because they have the closest color scheme to Ohio State. Our kicker is going to be Cameron Johnston because he went to Ohio State. And then our punter is going to be Drew Chrisman. He is a kicker typically, but I moved him to punter because they had literally 0 punters and they had 2 kickers. We can then move on to their defense. And if you keep watching my videos, and you know what this defense looks like, except I now moved it around a bunch. Our linebackers are pretty decent. We have the Bosa brothers, which is an incredible add to this team. Both of them attended. Our corners are disgusting with Denzel Ward and Marshawn Lattimore. Our defensive line in general is very good and has depth, as Sam Hubbard is our left end too, in case he needs to be there. Our safeties are a little bit lackluster with Malik Hooker and Von Bell, but this should be more than enough. And here is the offense. Listen, the offensive line is a little bit shaky, especially here, but I moved Paris Johnson over here. He's just injured for the first week of preseason, so it doesn't matter at all. It's just a Madden thing. Taylor Decker is very good, and the rest of this offensive line is very solid. DeJuan Jones is pretty good. Jason Myers is pretty good, except that's not his name, it's Josh Myers. And then Jonah Jackson is honestly really solid. If you take a look over at our tight end, I did move Jackson Smith and Jigba here, and then I also have Michael Thomas as the backup tight end, just because Jeremy Ruckert would be our tight end 1, and I didn't want to have somebody that was below a 70 here if I could move somebody who's an 86. Of course, CJ Stroud is our quarterback, a recent Ohio State alumni, but he's been honestly incredible in the NFL. And our backfield is completed with J.K. Dobbins and Ezekiel Elliott, who is actually the best fullback that we could have had here. And then, of course, our receivers are unbelievably stacked. We have Terry McLaurin, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Curtis Samuel, Noah Brown, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Michael Thomas. It is absolutely disgusting. One more quick thing that I want to do is I want to go through every player in our roster and just show you that every single player here is from Ohio State. Even the backups, if there is literally not enough people to fill that gap, then I made them a 12 overall, and I replaced their name. I replaced their college with Ohio State, and I replaced their name with an Ohio State legend. So let's just go down this list. All right, so that is the total of it. Every single player on this roster is from Ohio State. And now we're going to simulate the moments of a random game in the season and then see how we actually do at the end. All right, so here is a number of weeks that we can play here. Mind you, this isn't the week, this is the game, as there's, of course, a bye that would disrupt all this. So what game are we going to hop into? That is going to be number 4. Actually, it's going to be number 12. So that we are going to see relatively how our team is doing. And we're going to get a little sneak peek at how we're going to place in the division. Wow, so at our 12th game, we currently sit at a 6-5 record. And we have to play 10-1 Buffalo in Sunday night primetime. Obviously not something that you want. The Bears went 0-11, which is absolutely insane. I don't even remember exactly who we stole from them, but it must have been somebody really important. We are actually the 7th seed, so we are technically in the playoff picture. And honestly, we're tied for first in our division, so we could easily make the playoffs. But this game is going to be very telling for our future. So let's hope that we win. All right, so for this game, we are going to be playing the key moments, and we're going to hop in on a crucial 3rd and 7 with Josh Allen backed up. All right, I'm sending a man to blitz because this defensive line is so disgusting. We just need to stop the MVP from doing MVP things. All right, here's my first snap of the game. Allen gets a corner out, and he's almost going to have a touchdown, a horrible outcome, as Mac Hollins just burnt his man. And they're going to put us right back in here, and I do not like the look that we have here. All right, just got to float over the middle, and he has a wide open hit route to Amari Cooper. You cannot have it any easier. That is exactly what you cannot have happen in the red zone. And now we are already at a disadvantage. Ooh, but our next moment is down on the 3-yard line. At 1st and goal. I like that my team was able to bring me here. I just need to be able to complete the prophecy. 1st down. Uh-oh, that's actually very much not good. All right, I think this play might be really good here. It's up and coaches suggested, so I mean, it must be good, right? It was in fact not great. We're gonna hit for X. Up, go, get it. No, you were right under it. What are you doing, you fool? Oh my God, I literally just had a tight end for a touchdown. Micah Hyde gets the interception because my guy ran right under it. And I should not be making that throw. I mean, he just got killed But look at that. You can see the guy's head just run right past it. Oh, and we hop in here at 4th and inches for the Buffalo Bills. We cannot let them get anything here. This is likely going to be a run up the middle, probably a QB run. Oh my God, he just got a free 8 yards. His first rush of the game. And they'll bring us back in at, 3rd and inches. I did not realize that this was 3rd down. That is actually not very good. It is going to be a pass actually, but apparently my defense is the worst in the league. But they are going to keep us in the game as we are now fully in the red zone. We were before, but we're more in now. It's going to be a run with Cook. That is blown up fumble. Oh my God, I believe that's Cam Hayward who got on top of it. And that is exactly what we need here. I can't tell who that is that picked it up, but that is a gigantic game-turning play. Look at that, he just got destroyed. Oh, 75, that is Cam Hayward. Wow, that is, oh my God. Well, they got the ball literally right back. I don't know how that happened, but it should never happen. So it's still 7-0, and James Cook, they're going back at him. And you're lucky that wasn't an X factor. And sadly, that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning, which means that we are in very dangerous territory. Luckily, though, that should mean that we're going to play the next drive. All right, there is a few things open here. That's going to be an easy one for Amari Cooper up the middle. That is actually horrible for us, but I guess it's actually not bad because we now have way more time to drive the ball down, which they are going to bring me in for. This is only our 2nd play on the offense, which is going to be really interesting, and we do not have any time to call any audibles. Clean pocket. I'm going to throw for B. He just didn't have enough time. This play is so lethal. I've used 49ers playbook so much. This play is so diabolical. And we're going to shoot for X here. That is not the route that I thought he was going to run, but that's Chris Olave. Of course he's going to do it. Wow, and we got an injury timeout. J.K. Dobbins goes down. That is horrible. Well, that means that Ezekiel Elliott is going to come in at halfback 1, and that means that our fullback, I'm probably going to be like Jeremy Ruckert or a backup tight end. I see a wide open pass. Chris Olave once again. He is going off right now. A lot of clock just burned there, but that's honestly kind of good for us. I'm looking for the slant here. Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown. Easy money, and we're back in this game for sure. That is the perks of having a slot demon at your tight end spot. He can just do that. Look at that. Just absolutely burnt his man, his 2 men. Well, I would appreciate it if they didn't take me out for an entire quarter, but apparently that's just what they're going to do. And it is 4th and 3 here. I am definitely looking at Jackson Smith and Jigba. He looks, yep, I'm throwing it up. Oh, horrible ball, Stroud, but we get it in. And they bring me back in at a 3rd and 10. We're going to go back to this play because it was so nasty. I just need to remember what button does what. And Y seemed really open, but I'm just going to throw it to A. That is a horrible throw. Terry McLaurin's got it. Penny got the first. And they finally let me take full control of this offense. Never mind, it is 3rd and 3. I need Jackson Smith and Jigba. His handy hands. He's got it. And we are in the red zone, which means that they will let me take over here. And honestly, we've been using the same few guys over and over again. Offensive line. Fumble. Stroud. No. Turns over the ball. Oh my God. No. I tried to throw the ball out, but it was as I got hit. And that is going to turn the ball over. And if they can, actually, I think that just ends the game pretty much. Well, now we are at a 1st and 10, a minute 38. We're down 2 touchdowns. So we need an absolute miracle here. Which I don't know if we're going to get, if I'm being honest. Let's go to Y. Don't have any time. This offensive line is horrible. All right, 2nd and 10 now. Y, wide open Garrett Wilson. A great catch. We have no timeouts already. Already 30 seconds burn, and I clicked to play as soon as I could. But that's going to be Jackson Smith and Jigba if this offensive line wasn't horrible. Stroud is going to have a 20% completion rate at the end of this game because his offensive line doesn't let him throw a crosser. All right, look at this. I'm already pressured again. Oh my goodness. This is not okay. 3rd and 10 here. We need something. I'm going to shoot for this. JSN, way to catch it. Keep running. Listen, I put him at tight end for a reason. He is 6'3" and big. Please blitz. Thank you very much. There it is. Jackson Smith and Jigba again. We need to go no huddle, guys. We need to go no huddle, guys. Okay. Halfback slip screen with, oh, J.K. Dobbins is back. Why does no huddle burn 50 seconds off the clock? No, what are we doing, guys? Oh my God. If no huddle keeps doing this in 26, I think I'm going to have a heart attack. Oh, easy money. Nope, that is the end of the game right there, though. Right there. Micah Hyde gets the game-winning tackle. And it's all over. Wow, I thought that he had enough room to get into the end zone with a catch, but he went backwards a little bit. and we're gonna fall 7-21, and now we don't even know if we're gonna make the playoffs. I thought this team was gonna be nasty, especially considering that the last time we played with this team, they destroyed the other team, which I guess also did kind of suck. All right, so with that game over, we're gonna go ahead and sim the rest of the season and see how this team ends up finishing and if they can make the playoffs. We actually do make the playoffs. We finish out 9-8. And I guess we probably won the division. Yep, there it is right there. We're the 3 seed. The Seattle Seahawks were 8-9. And oh my God, Chicago just went 0-17. What a Chicago thing to do. How does that even happen? But anyway, we're going to watch the highlights of this game and see if we can win against the 6 seed Lions. This team was already at a disadvantage, being 9-8, but we got home field and we're not allowed to bet. Whoa, that was not what I was meant to say. We're not allowed to bet. Nope, that's we're not about to let the Ohio State fans go down without a Super Bowl win. They won the national championship, and now they're going for the Super Bowl. All right, if you don't know how this works for my channel, we watch the first play of every quarter, and then if it gets interesting at the end, we'll hop in and talk about the score. And starting off, we're going to get a big tackle by Sam Hubbard, getting David Montgomery on the ground. And he's actually going to be hurt. Wow, that's crazy. All right, start of the second quarter, and the Lions lead 7-0, but this is honestly a very comebackable area there once again on offense. And who in the world is that? I guess Jahmyr Gibbs maybe got hurt earlier in the year. Is that who in the world? And to start out the second half, they have the lead 14-7, but at least we were able to put up a score. It's currently 1st and 10, and I just have a lot of hope for this team. It is going to be a pass over the middle to JSN. I assume he had like 1,200 yards. Stroud with a big interception problem again, just like when we first started. Start of the fourth quarter, and it is 14-10, and we have the ball in their territory, which means that this game looks like it could be very close. Stroud looks 1st and 10, fires over the middle. Jackson Smith and Jigba makes a man miss and is on the 6-yard line. If we can score here, we have the lead. So we're hopping here in the 2-minute warning. It is 17-14. We have the lead, and we're trying to run this ball out. We just crossed midfield, and it is going to be a run, juking around J.K. Dobbins, but he's not getting anything. Lions also have 3 timeouts. They just burned one, so now they have 2, which is a little bit scary here. Dobbins has a gigantic lane down the sideline, has to stay in bounds, and he does. They take a timeout, and this is looking like a good game for us. All right, 1st and 10 here. CJ Stroud is going to hand this one off to Dobbins up the middle. He's got another big room, 2nd and 5, and we're likely going to just keep running this ball out. All right, 2nd and 5 is here. It is a handoff to Dobbins, juking around and stumbles forward. 1st and goal. They have an injury, which will stop the clock. And I'm a little bit scared because that injury does save them 45 seconds. Oh, but it is Brian Branch, though. And that is actually going to bring us to victory formation, which seals the game. We are going to win, and we are going to the divisional round of the playoffs. So we will win this game, and we will go to the next round of the playoffs. And honestly, this is a lot better than I thought this team was going to do. I thought we were out this game, but it turns out that you cannot stop that Ohio State culture. And we are buckeying into the next round. And we move on to the 12-5 Packers, the winner of the division that we just played. And I am a little bit scared. I'm not going to lie. When the Packers go 12-5, it normally means that they are a very good team. They are very developed well. But I think that we can definitely bring this team back into the place that they were left off in with a bad time in the playoffs. And we all know what happens when these two play in the playoffs. It's a classic. Let's see if we can defy the odds once again and take down the Green Bay Slackers. I refuse to lose to people in these jerseys because they just look. All right, so here's the first play of the game when there's an offense and defense, because, you know, special teams exist. It's going to be a pass from Jordan Love, and he is going to shoot and get a good chunk of yards there. Jordan Fuller got the tackle. Let's check in on the second quarter. Heading into the second quarter, it is 7-0. We currently lead, which is a great thing. This is how the last game started, but I think that we can definitely be better than the Lions. And that is going to be a first down, sadly. But I think that tackle was beautiful, right? And starting out the second half, we still have the lead 14-7. Sadly, this is exactly how the last game started, except we were in the other position. We ended up winning, but I truly believe that we can pull this one out. It'll be a check down from Stroud, and he's actually going to get some good yards with that, 5 of them. And to start out the fourth quarter, we are backed up at a 3rd and 3, but we currently lead 21-7, and I think that means that we have broken the repetitive pattern and that we will probably win this game. It's going to be a pass from Stroud, a big pass up to Terry McLaurin. He's going to get a very good chunk of yards afterwards. So we are here at the 2-minute warning, and we lead 21-7, but might as well just hop in and see some extra gameplay. So starting off with a 3rd and 2 of desperation. It'll be a pass. Love looks, fires deep, intercepted. That is why you tune in, ladies and gentlemen, because you get great plays. Denzel Ward becomes a bird and picks off that incredible pass. There we go. This defense is so unbelievably studied. The defensive line can force fumbles, and the DBs can force interceptions. And just look at how high he got in that air. Beautiful coverage. All right, so that brings us to 1st and 10 for the 49ers. The first run of many, as it'll be a jump cut from Dobbins, or actually Trey Sermon. And that is 8 yards. 2nd and 2. This offense has just been very good in the run game. And it's going to be handoff to Dobbins this time. Another jump cut. And another good gain. 3rd and 8. A little over a minute left. Green Bay has 0 timeouts. 0 way to stop the clock. And here's going to be the rest of our shoot clock down to under a minute, which is honestly exactly what we want. We're going to motion a guy over. And I don't know if we're going to make it. We are, in fact, not. Gentlemen, you know what I'm going to do after this? We're going to show it just because we're in victory formation. You know what I'm going to do exactly after this recording? I'm going to watch the first NFL game of the 2025 season. It is going to be the first preseason game, Chargers-Lions. I am tuning in, and I'm going to be glued to my couch forever. Wow. So, with the last play of the game, Nick Bosa is going to get a gigantic sack, proving his dominance as he stays on his former team. And this is just quite a way to end it. And we are going to go to the NFC Championship game, where we will look to make it to the Super Bowl. And this is exactly what we could have dreamed of for this team. Listen, they didn't perform the best in the regular season, but when it counts, they're looking like a disgusting unit. Wow, and we are going to play the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship. 12-5 Eagles. Their overall is so disgusting. 92-89, resulting in a 90 total. This is disgusting. This team is just ungodly. They play 2nd in their own division, though, so we're going to see if our divisional seed advantage can lead us to the Super Bowl. If we can win this game against the Philadelphia Schmeagles, then we can make it to the Super Bowl. And if we make it to the Super Bowl, then we are winning the Super Bowl. This is just a stepping stone to our greatness. And I don't know why I'm looking at a black screen. Here's the first play of the game. Luckily, we do receive at the half, which is a beautiful thing. It is raining for the 2nd game in a row. This time it's a little bit worse, though. Hurts is going to look to pass on the first play of the game. It is going to go for a good pass. All right, it is 7-0, like it has been for literally every game that we have watched in the playoffs here. But that means that we can try and defy the odds and win this game. On 1st and 10, it'll be a nice little pass from Stroud. Starting out the 2nd half, the sky's looking brighter, but our future isn't. It is 14-0, and I am getting a little bit scared of this Eagles team. I mean, this is a super team. Stroud looks to pass. He's going to fire. Actually, it is okay. Dropped. 4th quarter, it is 17-3. The same thing. It is currently 3rd and 10. I am very scared. If we don't get this, then our season is looking just about over. It'll be a pass from Stroud. Looks, fires deep. And our guy actually holds on to it this time. So we'll come to the 2-minute warning where they lead 17-10, and we have the ball. We can win this game. It is possible. So here comes the 2nd and 3 to possibly decide our game. We're going to motion out the running back. Stroud will look to pass. Fires, and he has a man for the first down, and he gets out of, oh no, he doesn't get out of bounds. And that is a good way to start it. Michael Thomas. And he's hurt. Yeah, that is the most Michael Thomas thing I have ever seen. 2nd and 10 for CJ Stroud. I love how the first time that we see Michael Thomas is him getting hurt. It's such a Michael Thomas thing to have happen. As Stroud is going to look to pass, and he is down. Oh, strip sack. Josh Sweat was in there. 3rd and 16. Minute 30 left. 3rd and 16 is going to be a pass from Stroud. A big block shot. He just has to check it down to J.K. Dobbins. Accelerates and gets to 4th and inches. All right, so here's the 4th and inches. It's going to be a pass. They have it. Oh, I thought he dropped it. It's Garrett Wilson. All right, so 2nd and 11 comes up for Ohio State here. Come on, we can do this. I believe in it. It's going to be a pass out, and that is a good gain, but we have to take a timeout. 3rd and 2, 57 seconds left. 1 timeout, a very tough situation here. Stroud will look for the pass, shoots deep, has a man. Oh my God, Garrett Wilson catches it in stride. And we're going to tie up this game with 52 seconds left. What an NFC championship. He just unloads deep after Garrett Wilson burns the entirety of the Eagles defense. And that is exactly what we needed to have happen. This extra point means literally everything to me, my family, and my money, as I have my entire life savings bet on it. Eagles don't use one of their 3 timeouts, and they're going to burn about 15 seconds. What in the world are they doing? Hurst just has to throw it out. A.J. Brown has it. That's their first timeout. 138 yards is gross. 21 seconds left after poor clock management here. It's going to be a pass from Hurts. Looking, pressure deep. He has his man. No, this can't be how it ends. Devontae Smith. 2 seconds left. 2nd and 11. Kicking team will come out, and we need to win this game. Jake Elliott is kicking from the top or from the bottom of the logo, and we are going to ice him. If he makes this, I am going to be furious. The game on the line. 2 team seasons in Jake Elliott's hands. Let's see. The kick is up. It has the power, but it doesn't have the direction. Let's go. Overtime. Philadelphia and San Francisco. This is a legendary game. A gigantic comeback from Ohio State. And Jake Elliott just missed the game-winning field goal. All right. So here comes the coin. That is clearly a poker chip. That is literally just a poker chip, guys. What are we doing? Anyway, who is receiving? Why? The AI always does this in the playoffs. If you win the toss, then you'll elect to receive, because they didn't program in the overtime rules for playoffs. Oh, this game. 2nd and 10. We need to win this game so bad. This is everything to me right now. Stroud looks to pass, steps back, rolls out, throws. Oh, he has a man, J.K. Dobbins, and he's going to get in for the first onto the 41-yard line. What a pass. 3rd and 6 now. This is a gigantic player now. Is if they get this, they're in the other team's territory, and if not, they have to bring out the punter. It's going to be a pass on the sideline. That's a first down. Terry McLaurin. All right, here comes another 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. And it's going to be a motion out to the running back again. Stroud looks to pass, throws quickly, has his man, Terry McLaurin again for 9. 3rd and 1. You can run it, you can pass it, you can do anything here as long as you get this 1 yard that you need. Stroud will motion a running back. It is going to be a pass, checks it down to him, and he runs out of bounds 4 yards behind the line. What are you doing, son? Oh my God. They have to bring out the kicker, who is barely, actually, no, I changed. He's always been a kicker. No, they're going to just punt with the punter who's not even a punter. What a fall off. I want to see what a 69 punter can do. Not much. They get the ball in the 28. And that's the perfect reason why you never, ever receive in overtime in the playoffs. We've already held them to a 3rd and 7. This is exactly why this defense is so lethal in every way, shape, and form. Hurts is going to do an RPO, and that is nothing close to what they need. 3 plays, 4 yards, bring out the punter. What do? We win. We are the Buckeyes. Come on now. 1st and 10. Stroud is looking to make his impact here and make the Super Bowl at only his 2nd year. It's going to be a pass. Are you kidding me? He caught that. 2nd and 5. It'll be a run up the middle to Dobbins, and he has a gigantic lane into Eagle territory. Come on now. And now all we have to do is run this ball out and kick a field goal, and we win. Please let that be what we do. It's going to be a pass from Stroud. It's going to be a check down to the running back. Flag. I don't like that. And it is an offensive holding. Why, DeWand? 1st and 20 now. Bring us out of Eagles territory. DeWan Jones might have just lost us the game, because this is a very tough conversion. It'll be a big pass. J.K. Dobbins! Can you believe it? He can get us here any way he wants. Over to the 23, almost in the red zone. How does he do it? Look at that acceleration. A quick little few yard check down as they juke out and turns into a first and much more. And we are going to bring out the field goal unit. If you missed this, oh God, we're iced. Please just go for this. It's only a second down. Run it to get a few more yards. I beg. Apparently not. We are iced. And if we miss this kick, I might have to retire because this would be so depressing. It's up. Does he have the distance and power to make a scour for the win? We are going to the Super Bowl. That is what you like to see. So your Ohio State Buckeyes all Madden team is going to go to the Super Bowl. And we are going to win it because we are the greatest college team ever assembled. We started off 9-8. We barely even made the playoffs, only because our division was very weak. And now we are all the way up here, going to the Super Bowl, trying to get ourselves that beloved ring. Oh, you're lying. My eyes must be deceiving me. We are not playing the Indianapolis Colts in the Super Bowl. What in the world did I do this universe? I didn't do anything to their roster. I might have moved a few backups, but we just, oh my gosh, this is so unexpected. If we lose to the Indianapolis Colts of 2024, then I don't think that we can call ourselves a real team. There's no way that we go all this way just to lose to a team that had a top 5 pick in the previous draft. There's no shot that we fall this far after flying so high. We are not Lucifer, and we will not lose this game. So we're gonna actually watch this game together here, because I don't want this to just, I want this to be a little bit of suspense, as the Colts are absolutely driving. Listen, I was looking at their roster, and they had a lot, and they are going to get a 52-yard field goal from Matt Gay to start it off. Chris Olave just got hurt. No. Wow, and so the first quarter will end, and we are still in our first possession of the game. And I think that J.K. Dobbins got hurt, because Zeke just got a bunch of receptions, and now we have the lead with... What just happened? Did we go for 2 and not get it? I swear, Kyle Shanahan, if you went for 2 and didn't get it, I'm going to hunt you down. And a 22-yard touchdown to Alec Pierce will give them back the lead. And now it's a 4-point lead instead of 3. And CJ Stroud just got hurt. Oh my God, Chris Olave, J.K. Dobbins, and CJ Stroud all just got hurt. And we have to punt the ball away. And now, if he stays out, our backup quarterback is Justin Fields. So he's going to have to take over. And they just got a 9-yard passing touchdown to Jonathan Taylor to make it an 11-point lead. Sadly, normally when these Cinderella stories happen, they go all the way. CJ Stroud is back in the game too. That's great. Who just threw the ball away twice and ran for 2 yards, so that's fun. All right, start of the second half. They still have that 11-point lead. I'm scared. CJ Stroud legitimately might have just gotten a concussion, because he's thrown the ball out over 50% of the throws that he's thrown. By over 50, I mean all but like 2 of this whole like quarter. This is so weird. Hey, Jordan Fuller's hurt. We are cooked. Nick Bosa took down Richardson into him only rushing for a couple of yards, so we're going to get that ball back. J.K. Dobbins is back, by the way, who has now just caught 2 gigantic balls. Hey, he is kind of going off right now. J.K. Dobbins, and that is a 9-yard touchdown, Garrett Wilson. And we get the 2-point conversion. It's a 3-point game. Hey, we're under 2:30, so I think that we should hop in here, as it is 3rd and inches, about to be the 2-minute warning. If we can stop them here, then we legitimately are in an incredible position. And we actually get him. Jonathan Taylor goes back. Give us that ball back. That'll also bring us to the 2-minute warning. The Colts have a big decision, and they will choose to punt the ball on 4th and 1 on the 47. This drive is everything for the Super Bowl. If we can win on this drive, I will be so happy. And this will be an incredible video. 3rd and 10. This is not where we want to be. Obviously, we'd go for it on 4th down here, but we need something big right here. Motions over the tight end, looks to pass, rolls back, throws. He has a man. That'll bring us to 4th and 4. We go for this. Chris Olave is back because he just made the catch. And here comes the 4th and 4. The Super Bowl on the line. Stroud doesn't have it. Oh no! The Indianapolis Colts just got their ball back, as CJ Stroud just had an untouched blitzer get to him. And this is looking like a Colts Super Bowl win in 2024. How? All right, 1st and 10 for Indianapolis here. as they're just going to try and run this ball out. Stuff. 3rd and 12. Luckily, they won't go for it on 4th down because they can kick a field goal, as they will definitely need to. 4th and 11. So here comes the kick to make it a 6-point game, meaning that if we get a touchdown and we kick the extra point, then we win this game, and it's obviously going to be good. So we need a gigantic string of plays from CJ Stroud to bring us into the end zone. We've seen miracles before, but this would be one hell of a miracle. 1:06. CJ Stroud will come out, and he's going to be working that arm on this drive. All right, 3rd and 8. Stroud needs to find something in the wind here. Anything is what we need. He is going to look to pass, throw, and it is caught on the boundary. 4th and 3. Sadly, it doesn't look like he can really pass the ball. It looks like it's all check down. 4th and 3. They're 0 for 1 in this quarter. So we're going to see if they can finally get it. It is up. Why would you throw a double covered pass to your tight end, Stroud? Why? And that means that the Colts are somehow going to win the Super Bowl. Why does this have to happen? It's always the good ones. And that victory formation is gonna end the game. We come 2nd in the league, but that is not gonna be coming close enough. So the Indianapolis Colts are gonna win the Super Bowl, and the Ohio State Buckeyes are gonna go home. This team was honestly incredible, but they just couldn't do it. They couldn't make it to the final drives. They couldn't convert those 4th downs, and they couldn't have won that beautiful ring. How in the world did this team be the one to destroy us? We didn't even get any of their starters. So we're going to go ahead, look at stats, check out the award winners, and then it's going to be it for the episode. Our offense was 14th in the league, which is kind of bad. It's kind of worse than I thought that we'd be. Our defense was top 10, though, almost top 5. Stroud had almost 4,000 yards on the year, 32 touchdowns to 20 interceptions, 66%. That's honestly not that good. Didn't even eclipse 4,000 and had a very bad 3-2 touchdown interception ratio. Dobbins had 823 yards and 8 touchdowns, and I'm kind of understanding why we didn't play so high. Stroud also gained 564. And that doesn't change here. Olave had 810 yards and 6 touchdowns. Jackson Smith and Jigba had 802 yards and 5 touchdowns. 741 and 9 for Garrett Wilson. Terry McLaurin 736 and 5, but he also did miss 3 games. Taylor Decker let up 13 sacks. That was really not what you want to see. Dwayne Jones only had 6, 4 from Johnny Jackson, and then getting into the good stuff. Josh Myers 3 Paris Johnson, and 1 Wyatt Davis. Tackling was led by Pete Werner with 94, 88 for Jerome Baker, 87 Marshawn Lattimore, 10 TFLs Nick Bosa, 8 from Joey Bosa, and 6 from Chase Young. 8.5 sacks out of Sam Hubbard. He wasn't even a starter. 6 from Nick Bosa, 4.5 Chase Young. 7 interceptions Denzel Ward, 5 Marshawn Lattimore, 2 for Baker, Fuller, and Bell. 9 pass deflections Denzel Ward, 7 Marshawn Lattimore, 7 Pete Werner. A forced fumble out of Pete Werner, Ronnie Hickman, and Nick Bosa. Block kick out of Ronnie Hickman, a safety out of Nick Bosa, and a touchdown out of Denzel Ward. Honestly, not a bad year for defense at all. Very evenly distributed between pass coverage and pass rush. Well, I guess that this is probably a little bit of a glitch here. First off, we already checked the rosters. This guy wasn't on it. We went through the whole roster. Also, I'm so confused. Well, at least he was good at punting the ball. I hope. I actually don't know if these are very good numbers. Sadly, I don't think that we won any awards, but we can still check on it. Anthony Richardson was Super Bowl MVP. NFL MVP was Patrick Mahomes. Coach of the Year was Dan Quinn. Offensive Player of the Year was Amon-Ra St. Brown. Defensive Player of the Year is Max Crosby. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Jaden Daniels. You don't really see that in Simili. It's really interesting. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Desmond Cooper. And that is going to do it for the video, everybody. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like and subscribe. These are very fun, but they take extremely long. I had to do so much research to make these rosters. Without further ado, I'm going to let you guys go. Peace out and goodbye.